a little late. So we will belly up to these tables and carry on as best we can till Adam Crooks, Adam the intern, as many of you know him by, shows up. First, tell you a little bit about the show. This show started for a friend of mine who got prostate cancer, and all he wanted to do was talk about prostate cancer and couldn't take his mind off of it. So we started this show to support him, and if we could take his mind off of it for an hour a week, and you help somebody for an hour a week, then this world will be a better place, and we can help one another hustle through this life. He's doing really well. Steve is his name, and he's doing quite well in his, I don't know if you call it recovery or in his recession or what, but he seems to be doing okay. So we're happy about that. I will go ahead and introduce our guest, Jonathan Give Up the Funk. I like that. How are you, Jonathan?
Pretty good.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Next time we'll have you be the co-host and Adam be the guest. That way somebody can get here on time. I don't know if you had any of the food here at Miller's, but it's fantastic. I am having the chicken fajitas today, and cannot wait to eat them between 6 and 7. We do a show at 7 o'clock as well called The Owls Who Live Sports, all about Kennesaw State sports. We've got 3 guests on here this week on the Owls floor. We have John Cowan, a member of the Owls Collective, to help raise money for the Owls. And we also have Coach Kel McDaniel, the track coach from KSU, is going to be on, and a special guest that he doesn't know about. So I'm very excited about that. We will continue on with 2 people until, like I said, Adam shows up. So, Jonathan, appreciate you taking the time being with us and being on time. That's a bonus.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Get up to the mic a little bit if you want, Jonathan, so everybody can hear.
Bad.
So, we'll talk a little bit about the Braves, which is fine because Adam doesn't know anything about baseball anyway. Are you a Braves fan?
Yeah, moderately. I'm not a huge baseball guy either. But I was out, what was it? Who did they play? Cardinals game the other week. Got some free tickets. It was nice.
Can't turn down free tickets. That's tough. And I know you're a great guy because you got that on that jersey. Now, is that a Hamilton jersey? Wasn't he number 1, Joe Hamilton?
I thought he was 14.
Was he? Who was 1? Was it Eddie Machan?
Back that far, man. I don't know.
Hey, come on now. It ain't that far back. Yeah, I'm
Before I was born.
Okay, you're off. No. No, I was a big Tech fan. My mother actually grew up on what is now the Georgia Tech campus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you know where 6 Feet Under restaurant is?
Maybe, yeah.
It's on 11th Street between Northside Drive and Howell Mill Drive.
Oh, okay, cool.
So a big seafood restaurant, but if you go around the back and look at the back, you can see the stone foundation. My grandmother's house sat on that same foundation that the restaurant's on. So that's pretty cool. But she moved out of there in 57. So a long, long time ago, but that's how long I've been a Jacket fan.
There you go.
Here comes the slow and the meek. He had finally showed up. Hey, Sean, hand that to Adam and tell him to put it on before he gets on the air. The shirt. No, the shirt. The shirt. Go put that on before you get on. Or just throw it on right there. Just don't take your other shirt off. Sean might have been.
Oh, no, the English building.
Yeah. Do they speak English in the English building?
You try coming from the English building in 10 minutes. It's not going to happen.
I can do it in 6.
You cannot. I cut through the student center and everything.
In your car?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that would have been good.
No.
All right, so we had just started talking about the Braves last week.
Oh, good. You could have skipped You could have just. You guys could
Didn't I
have
just
just
say
talked
that?
about
I said, well,
baseball.
He
That's what I
opened with
said. I said-
Adam knows nothing about baseball.
But we'll go through it anyway. So they are in the last week of baseball. I guess they're in. I heard today that they're 1 game away from clinching the National League home field advantage and 3 games away from clinching the World Series. I'll throw out the playoffs home field advantage.
Playoffs?
So I guess it means something. I don't know. Oh, and by the way, Robert's not here, and that's why Adam the intern is
Yes,
sitting
that's
in.
why I'm here.
Yeah. Happy to have you, Adam.
Arguably, I'm better, but
Yeah. Yes, very much arguably.
Yeah.
So will the Braves win it all?
I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. I mean, the Orioles are playing well right now. They've played well towards the end of the season. Obviously, you've got a great playoff race in the NL. You know, the Dodgers are good. But I think I saw a stat that this is the first time in, is it 97 years that the Cardinals, Yankees, and Red Sox are all out of the playoffs?
Yeah, that's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. A lot of new blood this year. It's been a while since Texas has been in. Definitely a long time since Baltimore's come in. And I kind of feel like now, with Brooks Robinson passing away yesterday, that they might be the sentimental favorite to win the World
Baltimore?
Series this year. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm still going to pick Atlanta. You know, they're the hometown team, and, you know, they have the best record in baseball.
And I've now hit 301 home runs.
Yes.
And I think 6 more, and they'll break the record for the most ever in the season.
It's wild.
That is wild.
Yeah.
So, since none of us are that huge of a baseball fan, Robert would be throwing darts at us already, but we will go ahead and trip off to Adam. You have our first commercial.
I do. Express Lube. There's a lot of places to get your oil changed in the Kennesaw area, but if you're looking for a personal experience, then stop at Castrol Kennesaw Express Lube or Lost Mountain Express Lube. We'll always do our best to get you in and out quickly and safely without a whole lot of fuss. We're a true owner-operated business, and where you'll find Brian under the hood or under a car or hood at one of the shops. We offer experienced, knowledgeable technicians and the latest computer software to help you maintain your new car warranty and keep your pride and joy running for the next 100,000 miles. We proudly offer Castrol products.
So we thank you, Brian Bristow, for being a sponsor of the Three Guys Who Love Sports. And
I think I read that as well as Robert.
you messed up once, but that's as well as Robert. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, did you go by there last week, Larry?
I called him, and I'm gonna take my car after karaoke.
Oh, okay. Just no time. All right. So we're bringing him customers already, and that's a good thing. So Brian, again, thank you for being a sponsor. Now we can move on to a subject which I know we all love: college football. So did the hype of last weekend? Did it live up to the hype? It was
Absolutely.
an amazing Saturday for college football.
It was a great weekend. I mean, I think we all saw kind of what we expected out of Colorado. The Oregon defensive line just ate them up. I mean, when Bo Nix throws for 250 yards on you in the first half, you've got issues.
You do have issues.
Yeah.
Oregon's a good football team. I think last year they played Georgia the first game.
Yeah, they got destroyed.
And they got destroyed. But I think if they had played Georgia a little bit later in the year, that might have been different. They're a good football team. They looked really, really good Saturday. And I think they didn't give up touchdowns the fourth quarter, 10 minutes left in the game or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Hunter, is that the two-way player?
Yes, yeah. Travis Hunter.
Did you see what he said today?
I saw that he was playing video games during the Oregon game.
Yeah, but he wants to play in the game Saturday. He said, "I'm not taking no for an answer." And Deion said, "Sit down, son.
Yeah.
I love you. You're not gonna play till I say you're gonna play."
Jonathan, you played tackle football.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So you playing with a lacerated liver? Is that something that you want to do?
Yeah, absolutely not. I thought it was interesting what Deion said about it, because he was like, he was definitely encouraging about it, though. He essentially told him to sit down, but it's like, he said,
"I love you, son," is what he said.
Yeah, I love you, son, but he's also talking about, he's like, you're going to be a more influential player than I ever was. You have more talent than I ever had.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but yeah, he is a talented guy, but
he's very talented.
He's got many years to worry about it. And Deion was right. It's just a game. He said it's just football, and let's move on from that. So they've got USC. I don't think I have them on the schedule of games
you
we
did
picked
not.
this week.
I was surprised you didn't.
Yeah, I just thought because of the blowout, and it's basically the same spread that they had last week,
21.5.
21.5. So I wanted to put in some games I thought you would appreciate. So.
You didn't put the Purdue game in there.
Yeah, nobody appreciates that but you. But the rest of them, like I got Dallas in there for you. So there you go.
Oh, good. I can't wait to talk about that.
Oh, I'm sure. So let's move on down to the next game. We had Ole Miss versus Alabama. That thing started out slow as molasses, and I think I took Mississippi plus the points, if I remember last week.
I think I took Alabama.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly who I took. I've been doing very well in my private pool. went 8-2 this weekend.
Oh, good.
There you
I
go.
am
Good.
now
Yeah.
20-10 overall, which is you can win some money in Vegas if you're 20-10
Yeah.
picking with the spread. And I only missed one. I've only missed one college game each 3 weeks, and the one I missed this week, I missed by a half point. I missed Oklahoma. They were 14.5 favorites over.
And they won, but they won
they won
20
by
to
6.
6.
Yeah, no, they won 14. No, that wasn't the 26 game though. Or was it 26?
Yeah, it was
No, that
20
was
to
the Falcons
6.
score.
It was also the score of the Oklahoma game.
Was
I
it?
thought. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, regardless, it was a half point, and that really sucked because it cost me about $170. So, other than that, that's okay.
Yeah.
Alabama still have quarterback issues.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
I don't know what they were going to do going forward. I know, wasn't it you or Robert said that they brought somebody in the middle of summer or tried to bring in somebody in the middle of summer because they just didn't think they had the right fit?
I mean, I know that they brought in what, the Notre Dame defensive coordinator from last year, and with him came their starting quarterback from the South Florida game. But they definitely have some quarterback issues. You know, Jalen Milroe certainly looked better this week. But
Showed
that
up in the second half. Yeah.
yeah, but that interception he threw in the end zone, I mean,
Pitiful.
you know, I could have seen that. Like, you know, the corner was
From the
obviously
English building.
Yeah, I could have
From
seen
the
it from
English.
the corner was obviously dropping back to cover the receiver deep, so you dump it off short. I guess he maybe wasn't paying attention, but they look much better this week than they have in previous weeks.
Bama?
Yes.
Absolutely, they
Yeah.
look better. And again, that might be a process of just continually getting better. I think they put themselves back in the playoff hunt. I don't think they're in per se yet, but they at least can be mentioned now if the rest of their season goes
Yes.
the way they participate.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So
I'm gonna let you guys discuss
yeah, like I
this.
say, me and
next.
give up,
I
me and give
didn't
up the
watch
funk.
it.
Me and give up the funk here. We're going to talk about the Jackets because it's not often we get to talk about the Jackets on this show, but they actually talk about it. And Jonathan and I were talking about the show about how well the quarterback played Saturday, and he didn't earlier in the year. So King has kind of risen to the top. Georgia Tech, after this weekend, will be over 500 for the first time. I think we decided since 2017.
Or, yeah, 17, 18, something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, but it's been a long time. So I think the Jackets will go bowling. I think they have a pretty good running game, and I think their defense played pretty well against Wake Forest too.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't going against Sam Hartman or anything, but
No.
but they played well enough. And they really got screwed on one call towards the end of the game. They call that pass interference call.
Was it the PI right before the pick that sealed the game? Yeah.
Yeah, that was horrible. A horrible call. I mean, there's some pretty pitiful calls I've seen this year, but I think that was the worst. And even the announcers in the booth.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know anything anyway, but they were.
yeah.
I hate these announcers think they know everything about football. Saw one call a missed field goal and an incompletion. I said, I don't think field goals are incompletions. I think they're
the
just
missed
field goals.
goal was it last week, Iowa State, Ohio?
I don't know.
I saw a clip of Iowa State made a field goal, and it went like almost right over top of the goalpost, and they called it no good, but then they got a
reviewed
shot.
it?
No, they can't. You can't review a field goal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But they got a shot. I guess ESPN got a shot from underneath, and it very clearly went in.
I learned something new today that I didn't know, because you used to could block a field goal at the goalpost. In other words, if you had Stretch McGillicuddy that's 7'6" and he could jump on and block the field goal, you can't do that anymore.
I didn't know you couldn't. Is that goaltending?
Something like that, I guess,
Goaltending in
but you
football.
can't do it.
They
So-
changed the rule when they changed it where you couldn't leap up.
Oh, is that part of the leaping penalty? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of wild,
okay.
yeah. So all you tall guys need to just be Too Tall Jones or something, but you can't
Yeah.
block field goals. So Georgia Tech plays Bowling Green. Is it BGSU? There's two, right? No, it's the Falcons, but they're just
Yeah.
not in Bowling Green, Kentucky. They're actually in Bowling Green, Ohio, I
Yes.
think. Yeah. So that's at the flat, so right? That's
Yeah.
here, yeah.
I think
you
I
going
wanna
down to the
say-
game?
No, I'm in North Georgia this weekend. We
You're in
have
North
season
Georgia
ticket-
right now.
Well, like like Cleveland,
Oh,
Georgia.
oh yeah, home
But-
of cool little city. Babyland General they used to have with those Patch Kids. What are they called, Larry? Cabbage Patch Kids. That's what you
Patch
yeah, yeah,
Kids.
yeah.
That's where that was. Okay.
Yeah, Babyland General Hospital in Cleveland, Georgia. Yeah,
You think they're gonna cover
Yeah.
the spread? I think it's 20.5 right now.
yeah. I don't think I put them on there either, but yeah, I think they're probably going to cover that. Yeah, we'll see.
Didn't cover against South Carolina State, but maybe that was
Uh,
a more insane spread.
No, and I saw something that Georgia had covered in their first game. They haven't covered
They
their game
haven't
yet.
They,
They pushed one
they
game
pushed the Ball State game. I
at
think
42, right?
Yes.
45-3. Yep.
What was the line on the UAB game?
48 or 42 or something. They didn't push.
They didn't. They didn't cover.
What was the final score?
They haven't covered.
They haven't covered
they
yet.
haven't covered
I think
yet.
UAB scored.
Wait, they
UAB
did cover the number of football players getting tickets because the over and under was like 12, and they're up to like 15, 16 now. So God bless them for that.
They, I thought it was I thought it was 28-14 at halftime.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, well, I know all the pundits on the radio said it'll be 28-0 Georgia at the end of the first quarter. It was 7-7 against UAB.
Yeah.
Well, what was the line on the South Carolina game?
The
Oh,
Georgia
they
game.
did. I thought that was like 28.
It was 27.
28?
It was
They-
27 and a half because I took that game.
They-
And they won by what, 10?
Yeah.
14.
34-24. No, I think it was
20
34-24.
I thought it was 28-14. I don't know what the score was.
But they didn't
cover.
no,
it,
they didn't cover.
No, and I actually we'll get into their game here in a little bit about this week. Well, let's go back to last week. FSU and Clemson. Disappointing game for me. I'm a big Clemson fan. I would have loved to seen them win. I loved FSU when Bobby Bowden was there. Not so much now. But
The story of that kicker was so great.
wasn't it? Didn't
until
want
it
him to
wasn't,
make that
yeah.
Until
Whites
he
and
missed
everything.
the game-winning field goal.
Dabo said it in a press conference before. He said this is either going to be really, really good or really, really bad. And
It wound up really, really bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. I watched most of that game. Florida State came back. I think they were down 10-0, 17-7,
10-0 and
17-7.
Yeah.
So the Seminoles showed a lot of resilience, but these last 2 weeks on them have been really tough. I mean, they go to Boston College and they just barely squeak out a win against a team that
Is not good.
Louisville beat them by
Louisville.
Louisville beat them by 35. I think they put up 55.
they
55 or
just barely
59
beat
are a lot
Holy
of
Cross.
points, yeah.
Yes, they did just barely beat Holy Cross.
Holy Cross.
That is not a good Boston College team. So I'm a little concerned about Florida State that, maybe they beat LSU and now they're kind of overhyped and it's kind of getting to them. But, I mean, you also have to consider people have been saying bad things about Dabo and that Clemson's bad and everything for the last couple weeks. So, I mean, I think this was really Dabo's opportunity to show that he's still there and he's still a good coach. And I think that
He
is.
got him there. He had him in the position to win.
Yeah.
And the guy
he
missed his
did.
field goal.
Yeah.
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 They drove down there.
So,
But also that third and one call was a terrible play call.
oh, I agree.
Why would you throw a screen pass 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage when you need 1 yard? Like, run a quarterback sneak, run the ball up the
Twice.
middle.
Twice.
Like, anything.
Yeah. Run it twice and get the first down and not just throw it away.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then we got UAB and Georgia, as we talked about, heavily favored.
I think this is the first week we've had a table full of Georgia haters.
That makes this the best show ever.
There we go.
Well, other than our engineer that's playing solitaire on his phone right now.
Yeah, Larry's not paying attention, so.
He's a big dog fan,
Oh, come on now.
although he went to Tulane.
Oh, what? That doesn't make any sense.
He's got family history at Georgia, so-
Something, his grandparents or his
okay,
dad.
whatever. Yeah.
He's a fake Georgia
Your
I
fan.
think it was his
Cousins,
grandfather that had
whatever, yeah.
was the first one to ever have a diploma thrown in his window when he drove by. So I think that's where that came from. So, and of course, what was the big game of the night was Notre Dame and Ohio State. Wow, what a ball game! Very boring,
Yeah.
but a very good ball game if you like defense.
Also, I've never seen a coach and a team trash talk so much after getting outplayed for like 59 and a half minutes. And then
Yeah, Ryan Day, he was all over it. Yeah.
never thought I'd see in modern college football Lou Holtz getting called out in the post-game interview.
Yeah,
But
yeah. What did Lou do wrong?
Ohio State's up and down. You know, Kyle McCord, he looked better this week, but I mean, you know, they struggled. I wouldn't say they struggled against Youngstown State, but I'm not gonna say that Ohio State's not all that good this year, but I don't think they're gonna win the Big Ten East. I think that's gonna be down to Penn State and Michigan.
I do too. I do too. I think they're just a little outplayed. Kyle needs a lot more experience. But it was really a good football game between two really good football teams.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that's what made it so special. And I think that's kind of why everything lived up to the hype. Now, my biggest takeaway from the weekend is Georgia's not going to win the national championship.
No, absolutely not.
They may get beat by Auburn this weekend. But,
I would not go that
I wouldn't
far.
go there.
well, I don't know. If
See,
South Carolina can come within 10
Well, that's
and it's at Auburn.
It is at Auburn.
yeah.
It is a rivalry
Okay,
game.
But that was Rattler quarterback play. I mean, the quarterback play against A&M last week for Auburn was abysmal.
It was horrible.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about just for 1 second Jimbo Fisher running 5 yards out onto the field?
Oh, on the what was it? Was it an interception or what was
I
it?
thought it was
the
a-
guy ran between him
I
and
thought-
the sideline.
Yeah, I thought he picked up a fumble.
Yeah, it was something
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
it was something. But yeah, no, he was completely on the field. That was insane.
That-
Did they flag him?
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did that. That's definitely a flag. I mean, Mike Tomlin did it.
He can't leave the sidelines like that.
No,
not
Mike-
in the middle of a play.
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
Tomlin did it against the Ravens on a kick return.
Yes, there was no one near him. He was turned the other way. There's, you know.
Yeah. Accidentally.
Yeah. So, like I said, my biggest takeaway is Georgia's going to get beat during the regular season. Somebody's going to beat them.
Yes.
Somebody like a Florida is going to sneak up, or a Tennessee.
Or Missouri.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Missouri's been looking good actually.
4-0.
I had Missouri -6 this weekend, so I was very happy about that game. Yeah.
Brady Cook, right?
Yeah, the quarterback.
playing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
They've got a pretty good offense.
Because they pushed them. What was it? I guess it was this week or next week. It was like last year. They led the whole game almost at Missouri.
Oh, at
Yes.
Missouri, yeah.
Yes.
So you must pull as hard against Georgia as I do.
Yeah, of course.
We all pull as hard against Georgia. I mean,
We hate the dog.
I hate Georgia.
Yeah.
Fans are so irritated. Stop barking at me.
Yeah, please stop barking at
Please
me.
stop barking at children. Like,
And I've said this on the show, Johnson, before. I have no problem with people that graduated from Georgia
No.
pulling for
No.
their team.
It's the
it's
people
the
that
people that
did
have
not
nothing to
graduate
do with
from Georgia.
at all.
Never set, not even nothing graduate, never set foot on a college campus.
Yeah,
And the
that
most
too.
intelligent thing they can say is, "How about them, dog?"
Yeah.
Just not a fan of that. Larry, I give Larry a pass because of his family ties there and all, and just like I
I've been
do.
going to games since I was about 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I've been a Tech fan forever, and I never set foot on the campus other than go see Chip graduate and watch some football games. But one of my favorite football games ever was the Baby Jackets and the Baby Bulldogs used to play on Thanksgiving Day every year.
I used to go every year.
I did too, every year, and and that was kind of fun. They raised money for the Scottish Rite Hospital. Is
Yeah,
that who
I
it
think
was?
Scottish Rite.
Yeah, and that was a really cool day. It was always on Thanksgiving Day.
And
And it was a lot of fun.
it?
It was the freshman teams. They
Oh.
used to have freshman teams, and the Baby Jackets would
Oh,
play
like
the
the
Baby
JV,
Bulldogs.
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a JV in high school, but
Huh.
yeah, that was great. Grantfield was a great place to watch a football game, and that was always fun. All the Shriners running around with their fezzes on and all that stuff. Great memories. My favorite memory of Grantfield is before Atlanta Fulton County Stadium was built, the Falcons played there, and I actually got to see Joe Namath play at Grant Field, which was really, really cool.
That's crazy.
And for a bonus, I was sitting in the west stands and looking east, and the Biltmore in Atlanta caught on fire during the game. And there were ladders going up to the windows and stuff, and it's half the people watched the football game, and everybody on the west side was watching the fire. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, I love college football. I think that's something Adam and I can agree on. It's
Yes.
probably the greatest
One
sport
of the
ever,
one of the few
Yes.
things that we agree on.
other than racing.
Yes.
Yeah, and yes,
Racing
exactly.
is fan. And Jonathan loves racing.
I love
too.
racing.
Oh, you're a
as
big
well.
F1 or
yeah.
NASCAR?
NASCAR.
Oh yeah,
Big
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson guy.
I was too, and Jeff Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who Austin Hill is?
Yeah.
21
Yep.
that's my cousin.
Really?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Adam can attest
Yes.
to that. Yeah.
Where is
yeah.
he from? Is he?
He's from here.
Is he the one from Talking Rock, Georgia? No.
No, he lived
No.
out in Douglasville.
That
where
was
he
somebody
raised.
else.
Okay.
Yeah, he was raised out in Douglasville. We've tried to get him on the show and
Yeah.
still might work on it. I've been talking to his grandmother
Oh,
about
wow.
getting him on. He's a pretty cool guy. His wife, who is my second cousin, is just very, very nice, fabulous lady. So, any other takes from the weekend from you, Adam?
No, I don't think so.
Jonathan,
Not
who
tonight.
do we have after we have Bowling Green?
At Miami. It's gonna be interesting.
We've beat them there recently. Yeah,
A
a couple of years ago, I think.
2 or 3.
Hard Rock Stadium?
Yes, at Hard Rock.
Hard Rock Stadium, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm excited. I'd like to go. I went to a Georgia Tech game last year, and it was the one where they didn't get a first down for like 3/4 of the game. I
What,
walked
the
in.
Virginia
Yeah,
Thursday
Virginia
night
Thursday
game?
night
Yeah.
game. That was horrible.
If we would have played Pyron, we would have won that game. Zach Gibson should never take another snap as a Yellow Jacket. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right. So let's move on, and we'll get our Alvin Jameson commercial out of the way, Larry. If you could get that pulled up, please. And we'll sing Up With the White and Gold while you're doing that.
Hey, Alvin Jameson here, the mortgage guy. Are you looking to get pre-approved for a home loan? Or maybe you want to build a house from the ground up? Are you curious, or better yet, is your significant other on your back about making renovations in your current home? Call me. I have options for you. All self-employed individuals. Are you torn between writing off all your income or having to show your income to qualify for a house? I have a third alternative for you. Whether you're a W-2 employee, self-employed individual looking to do a purchase or pull money out of your current house, or better yet, we can't forget the investors out there. If you have that high interest rate, hard money loan and looking to refinance out of it, again, give me a call. I have options. Below are the states that I'm personally licensed in. Call me, 404-587-9033. Again, 404-587-9033. Visit the website, alvinjameson.com.
Thank you.
Hey, Alvin Jameson.
Of the three guys who love sports. Also sponsoring the Owls Who Live Sports, which we'll be talking
Yes.
about at 7 o'clock this evening. Very, very special treat if you can make it out to Miller's Ale House at 7 for that.
I hear the track and field coach is going to be on.
Coach Kel McDaniel. We also have John Cowan. He is the head of the Owls Collective that we gave our money to a couple of weeks ago. Probably a little more like 6 weeks ago now. It was a long time ago. So very excited about that. And I guess we can now get into some NFL football. Hey, Larry, would you help Gino? He's right there behind you. Gino. Larry will take it. So, all right. So it's now time to move on to NFL, and the big takeaway from the week was 70 points.
The Broncos are bad.
Really bad.
Yeah. Are they that bad, or are the Dolphins that good, or is it a combination of the two?
That is the fourth time in NFL history that a
somebody
team has
scored
scored 70 points.
The record's what? 73?
72.
72. Oh, so that's
So
why they wanted the 73. Okay.
If McDaniel had kicked the field goal, he would have set the NFL record for points. I thought it was really funny that he was actually a ball boy for Denver for the
Yeah.
Broncos,
Get
Yeah.
70 piece by your ball boy.
and then they put up 70 points.
70 points. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Although I do have to say, Mims with that kickoff return, he did cut the lead down to 42.
I thought they were coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So I read something today that the 6 fastest players are all on the Miami Dolphins.
Yes, A-Chain.
Yeah, but they had A-Chain listed twice on that list.
They did,
What?
yes. Tyreek Hill, Raheem Mostert, and Devon Achane. The fastest speeds run by players this year.
Mostert's on it. And how old is Mostert?
He's 30. I want to say he's 31.
He's
he went to
early
Purdue.
30s. Yeah. Oh, well, that's why you know so much about
Yeah.
it. That explains it.
He went to Purdue.
So that's pretty cool that the Dolphins scored 70. Is there another team that's got the speed? Is there another team that can score with Miami?
I don't know
No.
about score with Miami. I think I don't know. You don't think Kansas City can match up with them? I feel
I
like
mean, Kansas City has a good defense.
yeah, they can like slow them down enough. I don't think they're scoring. Yeah, no, they're not scoring 70 on Kansas City.
But I
No,
think
they're
you have
not.
to. I think you have to consider Kansas City's offense, though. I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes and who
Kelsey,
Kelsey
Pacheco,
and Taylor
and
Swift.
Taylor Swift. She can catch more than Kadarius Toney can. I know that. So might not be a football, but she can catch something. I dropped him from my fantasy league team.
He's so bad.
He's horrible.
Oh, man.
I picked up Tutu Atwell from
Tutu
the
Atwell.
Oh yeah,
Rams. Yeah.
had a touchdown last, or what was it? Two nights ago. No.
Yeah.
I picked up Romeo Dubs.
Oh, did you?
I
Yeah.
picked up Mostert because I got destroyed in fantasy. This guy scored 230 on me last week.
Wow, that's a bunch.
He had Mostert, Keenan Allen, and Bills defense.
Man.
Keenan Allen was my guy. I had 44 points, 215 yards, and a
You got
and
6 on a
thrown
passing touchdown.
I know. That was awesome. Yep. So we go from the 70 of the Dolphins to the 6
Man,
of the Falcons.
Bijan was. They just shut him down this
44
weekend.
yards.
Yeah.
I mean, did Detroit just outplay us, or do we have issues with Ritter? I mean, Ritter still didn't have a bad game. He on that fourth down play, he totally missed Drake London. But
Yeah.
I can't think of a lot of throws that he missed. It just
I don't know.
they just beat us, I think, at home. And I think this week is a lot more important than last week's game was. If we could beat Jaguars in London, I think we'll be. If I asked you at the beginning of the year, would you be happy if the Falcons were 3-1? What would you say?
I don't know. I'd be surprised. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to play this well that far, but I feel like the problems kind of were arising even when they're winning. Like, I mean, what was it? First game, Drake London only had one target. It's not what
That he dropped.
Yeah, that shouldn't be what your wide receiver one is, or your supposed wide receiver one's doing.
Well, I say all along that if we're running the ball well, we don't have to be that good of a passing team.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he just has to be a point guard.
But
Thank you, Gino.
the problem becomes, in Detroit, we didn't run the ball well. I mean,
Yeah.
Algier was good and Bijan was good, but
It was the second lowest running total we've ever had.
yeah, the running offense was good, and I think you saw Desmond Ritter wasn't able to get it to his guys, and then the defense struggled. I mean, there's that clip of Jared Goff throws it, and Sam Laporta is wide open in the middle of the field with nobody within 15 yards.
Blown coverage, totally. Yeah, nobody could get that open. I could have caught that. I might not have ran the rest of the way, but I could have caught it. That was something else. So I like having a 9:30 game that I want to watch because that means there's also a 1 o'clock game I want to watch and a 4:30 game I want to watch and
Are
an
you
8 o'clock game I
are
want to
you
watch.
actually going to be able to watch the 9:30 game because it's on ESPN Plus?
Oh, is it not? It's
No,
not a TV
it's-
game?
no, it's
the
not a
London
TV
game is
game.
not a TV
It's an
game.
ESPN Plus game.
Do you want to be broadcast locally here in Atlanta?
That's
No,
hard to
I
believe.
don't.
I
I mean,
think it's going to be on Prime or something.
It's got to be.
no,
on
it's
something.
ESPN Plus.
Prime's Thursday night.
Because
Yeah, that's Thursday Night Football.
I saw it. I saw it, and I
could
was
probably
like,
come here
"What?"
and watch it.
You probably can come to Miller's Ale House and
Miller's Ale
watch it.
House, where everything's more fun.
They're
Yeah.
open at 9:30 on a Sunday?
Yes, they have brunch.
They have brunch now.
Oh,
Steak and eggs, $9.99.
yeah, he's right. ESPN Plus.
That's a loser.
Yeah, I know. Because I saw it and I was like, why are they playing a game on ESPN Plus?
That's crazy. I don't remember a Sunday game being on ESPN Plus. But
I don't think there's ever been an NFL game on ESPN Plus.
wow, that's crazy. Yeah. All right. So not time to panic yet. Is it time to panic about the Falcons? Or
That's a good question. I have no idea.
thank you. That's why I wrote it. 'Cause I thought it was a good question.
I don't. You don't think anyone's thinking Heineke yet, do you?
Some people are because I heard them talk about it on the radio this week. But I don't think now is the time to panic.
Yeah.
If
I
we
feel
get
like the
blown
leash-
out by Jacksonville, then we'll start panicking.
The leash is probably longer on Ritter right now than a lot of people think, I feel like.
Yeah, I heard some interesting stat of the 9 games that he started. How many points do you think the Falcons have averaged in the first half?
Through last year and this year? Average, I don't know, like 14 and a half?
7.
7?
7.
Well, he had 9 against Green Bay. They had 3 this week.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they had against Carolina, but
Is that like just the whole team or touchdowns he's accounting for?
No, the whole team.
The whole team. 7.
Yeah.
I mean, how long do you do you stay with him as long as you're above 500, or
We'll find out pretty shortly. I think, they made a great point that, Peyton Manning threw 35 interceptions his first year.
That's true, man.
And I think I think he has a longer rope because they've got so much invested in him,
That's true.
Yeah.
well, he was a 4th round pick.
Yep. Yep, he was. Brady was a 6th or 7th round
This
pick.
is true,
wasn't it?
but
Yeah.
but my point more is that they didn't. It's one thing to give up, on Bryce Young, who's the first pick of the draft. It's something else to give up on Desmond Ridder, who was your 4th round pick.
That's true. Now, they cleared out some cap space today. I heard like over $7 million. So they're going to make some move, but I don't think it has anything to do with the quarterback. I don't think
No.
it has anything to do with the offensive line, although first of the year, all the pundits are saying the Falcons may have one of the best offensive lines in the country, and they're not.
They look good the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, but they've got to get somebody to put some pressure on the passer.
Yes.
They're getting to him, but they're not getting any sacks. I don't think they have 3 sacks yet. So
Did they not have a sack at all in the Detroit game?
I don't think so.
I don't-
They
I
got
don't-
a couple
no,
of. They got a
think
couple
so.
of pressures.
QB hurries? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, I don't think they got any sacks. So, in Detroit,
How was the run D? I didn't think Jameer did too much.
No, I don't think Jameer
they
put
slowed.
up-
They put the clamps on Jameer. It was the tight end Laporta and
Amon-Ra, right?
Amon-Ra that played really well
And
against Falcons.
Khalif Raymond.
Yeah, yeah,
Slot guy?
Yes, I think he's their slot.
he is their slot. So everybody last week on the pregame show were talking about everybody talking about how bad the NFC South is, and 3 of us were 2-0, and now nobody's 2-0. Everybody
2-1,
took it on the
2-1,
chin.
2-1.
2-1, 2-1, 2-1, and 0-3.
Well, in the Buccaneers' defense, Todd Bowles is stupid. So
We know that
so,
already. He's never been a good coach.
They picked him. They picked off Jalen Hurts at the
Jalen's
1 year.
Hurts?
Jalen
Hurts.
They picked off Jalen Hurts at the 2-inch line, and then they picked him off at the 2-inch line, and then instead of running a quarterback sneak to get 2 yards, they ran the ball right up the middle against the Eagles defense.
Oh,
Why would you do that?
why would Dak Prescott throw an interception in the end zone when they were driving to tie the?
Listen,
to come
no.
within 7?
In my defense, in Dallas's defense,
What? There's no defense.
in Dallas's defense, they were missing half their offensive line this week,
That's yeah.
and Trayvon Diggs.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know who? You know who Arizona was missing?
If Dak is not running for his life
Kyler.
every play, if Dak is not running for his life every play, he doesn't throw so many incompletions. But he literally, I watched the goal line stand where they turned the ball over from the 4-yard line or whatever. He literally had to scramble out of the pocket every play.
Zach Martin being out hurt them. But you know what? That's why it's next man up
Well, yeah.
mentality.
Well, and then
Tyler-
Stephon didn't play well. Stephon Gilmore, Hollywood Brown was catching passes on him all day.
Yes,
Yeah,
he was.
And you know what? Murray wasn't there. He was a starting quarterback.
No,
So
he wasn't.
Both sides. But I'll tell you this: that Dallas Cowboys team is not going to win the Super Bowl.
No, they're not.
They're
Yeah.
not.
So very disappointing. I thought the best comeback was the Green Bay Packers.
That was crazy.
Yeah, they were down 17-0, and they come back and won 18-7.
You hear about the text messages? Aaron handed over the keys to Chicago or whatever.
Yeah, that
Jordan
was
Love's
really
the owner of Chicago now.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty classy. I like that. And he also told his Jets to kind of stop crying.
I was surprised he was like defending Zach Wilson as much as he did.
Yeah.
Because, Broadway Joe's like, get rid of him. everyone else just get rid of him.
Well, they signed Trevor Simeon as his backup.
I saw that. Yeah.
I don't think Trevor's going to do much better.
No,
No,
Trevor's
Trevor's not gonna do much
hey,
better.
he's better than Nathan Peterman.
That's true. That's true.
And then there's the whole Kaepernick letter about running the scout team or something.
Please don't get me started. on that. All right, so let's go ahead and get American Axes. Look at our shirts that American Axe gave me and ATI. I know we got one for Larry.
And one for Larry and Robert.
Yeah, I delivered Robert's today. They only had one XL. So I wound up taking a large. I must be getting shrinking as I get old because I can wear it okay. But all right, let's get American Axe out of the way.
Tired of going to the same old places for the same old thing? American Axes has your solution. Whether you're looking for something new to do before or after the game, bachelor or bachelorette parties, or a work outing that will have them talking about that other side of you for years, American Axes, with 3 Atlanta locations in Marietta, Tucker, and now downtown at the Works. We've got your answer to let's do something different. Look us up at American Axes or give us a call at 678-763-3635 to schedule your next adventure.
That one was very good, Adam.
Thank you.
Yep. So thank you,
Sure.
Dan Mathis, for being a sponsor of both shows and for our great shirts. They look very good. They're like Alabama maroon, aren't they? They're not really a true red.
I believe Alabama is crimson.
That's right.
They're kind of like Alabama
tone.
crimson, aren't they?
Yes, they
Okay,
are.
that ends the tide. So,
Burgundy.
so we have some very interesting picks to make this week. So let's get into it. We can stretch out a little bit because we have a little bit more time. But let's start with some college football. Utah plus 3.5. And I put this one in here for you. You know why I put this in there for you?
Cause I can pronounce his name.
No, because you like to say it.
I do like to say his name.
Oh, DJ?
DJ Uiagalelei.
Yeah, him.
They lost, right?
Yes,
who
they
beat 'em?
lost. They lost to Washington State.
Washington State.
In
beat
the
them
I
last
believe to quote Lee Corso in the "No One Wants Us" Bowl.
The
There
no
you
one
go.
wants us bowl. Oh, yeah, because they did the whole pregame Pac-2 celebration
Yes.
thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
wasn't Vince Vaughn good on that?
Yes.
As
Yeah,
the
yeah.
celebrity picker. I
Oh,
like that.
because he was like, what, a Notre Dame player in Rudy? That's why he's on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he picked Notre Dame though. That didn't work out too well.
No, that didn't.
Yeah, I didn't even see the standings this week. How far did Notre Dame drop?
I have no idea.
They're still in the hunt too. That
Absolutely.
that close game is not going to knock them
Well,
out.
don't they have to play USC, though?
Yes.
Yeah, but
I'm sure they have to play Stanford like they always
Yeah, but
do.
Stanford's-
Stanford's
Nothing.
terrible. They lost to Sacramento State?
yeah.
Barely beat
did?
Hawaii. Yeah, they barely beat Hawaii at Hawaii.
It's better than Oklahoma State. Lost
Yeah.
to South Alabama by
yeah.
30 by 27 at home.
Yeah, that was
Then
brutal.
What was the other big one? Virginia Tech lost to Marshall, right?
Yeah, a couple of years
Yes.
ago. Was it this year?
Yeah, no, I thought
Oh,
it was
did
this
it?
year.
Yes.
Like
Wow.
it was
This weekend.
in Blacksburg, right?
Yeah, I
But
think
there
so.
were so many good games this weekend that you just couldn't keep up with all of them. It
No.
was such a high point for college football this weekend. All right, let's start making our picks. Oh, if you look on the other side,
is
we got a place
Cam
for you.
is Cam Rising back?
He didn't play last week. I hope he gets back. You think that's the difference maker in the game?
I think it is. I mean, DJ has played well this year. Oregon State as a whole has played well this year. And, Utah's played well this year. They beat Florida. They just barely beat Baylor, but they beat Baylor. They beat UCLA. I think if Cam Rising is back, Utah's going to win this game easily. I'm going to pick Utah either way. But if Cam Rising's back, it's going to make a big difference. I think Utah is a big Pac-12 contender.
Look at this, your first one on the list.
Yes, that's why Larry's my favorite.
Robert's home crying.
I think they're. What was I gonna say? I think Utah's a Pac-12 contender. As long as they have Cam Rising, they've played some of the easier teams in the Pac-12 so far this year. I'm sure they've still got Oregon and Washington and USC up next. But I think Utah's going to win this one.
So you say with any luck, Cam's stock is rising? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. How about you, Mr. I got a new nickname for you, Gut.
Gut.
Yeah.
What?
Jonathan, give up the funk.
Oh, okay.
G-U-T, gut. Give up the Jonathan Gut Funk. That's his new name.
Okay.
They got to pick with the points.
Talk to us, Jonathan. What are you thinking?
I'm surprised Oregon State's favored. That's weird.
It is home, and it's 3 points. So
Yes.
it's basically a half-point game
Yes.
because you get 3 for being at home.
Okay. No, yes, probably same kind of narrative as Adam there. If Cam Rising plays, they win. They might win without him just because how good that defense has looked. Especially, they made Florida look silly week 1, so.
They
I
surely
mean, a
did.
lot of people make Florida look
But that's a
silly.
team that's getting better.
I was surprised with that Tennessee game. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was. And they didn't play that great against Charlotte. Is that who they played this
Yeah.
weekend? Yeah. Well, Utah plus 3.5 at Oregon. Utah's still undefeated, right?
Yes.
I think that Utah will win the game, but Oregon State's not a bad football team.
No, they're not.
Yeah, being at home, I'm going to. I pick the loser. I don't pick the winner. So
Yes.
So I am going to give the axe to Oregon State.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go with you guys in Utah.
All right.
Yes, he gives the axe to people.
There we go.
Robert agrees with you all and is also going with Utah.
Good.
Robert is a Utah guy too.
The Utes.
The Utes, these two Utes. All right, here we go. Georgia minus 14.5 at Auburn. Is that the night? No, it is 3:30 game.
It's a 3:30 game.
Yeah.
On CBS.
Yeah, which means you have to listen to Gary Danielson ramble and ramble. He's horrible.
I don't
We
think
don't
I
have to
will.
worry this week about watching it.
Yeah, we won't be.
I'll be watching the game.
We'll be doing karaoke this weekend. So, I'll go first. I'm giving the axe to the Dogs. I don't think they're going to cover the 14.5. I'm going to take Auburn plus the 14.5. UGA axe. I haven't missed on Georgia. I've taken them twice this year. I had them plus 27.5. And against South Carolina, and I felt golden about that. So, all right, how about you two guys?
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You got it, Adam.
Okay. Carson Beck has not looked particularly good this year. It's tough. The Georgia defense they have a good defense. That's really the strong suit of the team this year, other than how quick they are in more ways than one. They've got a good defense. Carson Beck has really struggled in big games. I mean, we saw him struggle big time in the first half of the South Carolina game.
He has, yeah.
So I think it's really going to come down to how well can Hugh Freeze get his guys up for the Auburn game, and I don't think he can. I'm going to pick Georgia.
Georgia covering.
I don't want to pick Georgia, but
Who's currently, 0-4 against the spread?
14.5 though. 14.5. If the spread were 22, it'd be one thing. But 14.5 is,
if
2 touchdowns.
If they can't beat, no, it's not 2 touchdowns.
because the half.
The
So
half
It's-
will kill you.
It's 2 touchdowns.
Georgia might win
2
by
touchdowns
14.
and a 2-point conversion.
There you go. There you go.
I'd say the biggest question is what Georgia team's going to show up. Because if you get, they've pretty consistently been a second half team the whole year. The first half has been rough in just about every game, even their cupcakes. So if it's,
You mean all their games?
yeah,
Ball isn't a state.
it's not. But yeah, no, quarterback play's been I really want to take Auburn on plus 14.5. So yeah,
Adam, that's my boy right there, Mr. Funk.
it's hard to pick UGA ever.
Yeah. So he picks the Tigers.
What say Robert?
What's a Robert?
Robert's going with Georgia.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
I like this next game. Kansas, Texas. I know
Everyone of
you're
you,
a big.
Everyone
You're a
of you
big.
laugh at me when I say Kansas is going to be good. They're now 4-0.
I didn't laugh at you.
They have a
Jalen
shot
Daniels,
at going
right? Yeah.
5-0, but Texas is a good ball club too.
I know you're a big Jayhawk guy.
I'm a big Jaden Daniels fan.
RJ.
They have, I believe they're
Jalen.
Jalen.
One of them is
Jaden
Jalen and one of them
Daniels
is
is at
Jaden.
LSU, I think.
Yeah. Jalen.
Yes.
Yeah, I get them confused. Daniels.
Yeah, his last name's Daniels.
Yeah.
He's a quarterback.
I believe Kansas's safety Marvin Grant went to Purdue.
Oh, well, that settles it.
No. Kansas's
he's at
safety
Purdue now,
Marvin
or
Grant.
he
No,
went
he
from
went to
Purdue-
He went from Purdue to Kansas.
Oh, better situation, obviously.
No, when Jeff Brom left. Quinn Ewers has looked really good this year. Adonai Mitchell has looked really good this year. They beat Alabama at home. Texas is so good. I mean, I know Kansas has played well, but Texas is so good. I'm going to take Texas.
The Longhorns.
Give me Quinn Ewers.
What say you, Mr. Funk?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
So you have to know. That's the purpose of this
Yeah, I
segment
know.
of the show.
Texas. Who is it? They didn't. There was someone they just did not show up against. Was it Wyoming?
Rice. Rice.
And
Too
did they
busy
play
in the
Wyoming
kitchen.
too?
I don't know if they played Wyoming yet or not.
They might have played Wyoming this week and didn't play well against Wyoming.
No, it was Baylor.
They didn't play well against Baylor, but
It was when they played Wyoming last week, 31-10. Okay. So I think, if Jalen Daniels shows up, they show up early. They play fast.
They show up often.
Yeah, show up early and often. Yeah, I'll take Kansas to cover.
Kansas covers. If this were at Kansas, I mean, Kansas wants game day to come back. They had such a great time
They
last year.
do.
And that was the first game they lost. I think was game day came back to them in Lawrence, Kansas, and where they are.
yes, they are in Lawrence.
Yeah, but until they lose, I'm going to ride the J train and go with the Jayhawks. So, Texas, you are getting the axe. I think Kansas will cover the 16.5. And what does Mr. Kenny say?
Mr. Kenny is going with the Longhorns.
Of course he
Yes.
is. Yeah. All right. Our last college game of the week, Notre Dame at Duke.
Notre Dame at Duke. Well,
at undefeated Duke.
Oh, yeah.
it's hard to pick Duke in anything.
What?
I hate Duke.
Oh, basketball.
Basketball. I hate Duke. But looking at their schedule, they really haven't played anybody this year. They beat Clemson.
They beat the crap out of Clemson.
They beat the crap out of Clemson, but then they played Lafayette, Northwestern, and UConn.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is kind of their first really big test. I'm a big fan of Sam Hartman. He's looked good this year. Their running back Estime has been fantastic. They didn't play great against Ohio State. They won the game for the first 39 minutes and 30 seconds. I think I got to go. What are you chopping at?
I forgot to give the axe last time.
Oh, okay.
Got to give Texas
Got to
the
slam down the axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to go with Notre Dame.
ATI goes with Notre Dame. Give up the funk. Which one you going with?
I don't know. I just watching that Clemson game. I mean, Duke was not afraid of the moment. Duke was they were running the ball on Clemson, which I thought was absolutely crazy. Riley Leonard, a quarterback that is obviously very much believed in Durham there and has been playing well for the last year, 2 or 3 years, something like that. So I'll take Duke to cover.
Okay. So give up the funk takes Duke plus the points.
That is your spot, Chuck.
Thank you. Because actually, it's going to be in my spot too. Because I don't think Notre Dame's going to lose 2 in a row.
No.
The way they did, and I think they'll cover the 5.5 easily.
Oh, 3 chops.
Duke
Okay.
gets the triple chop.
He gets
So,
the triple chop.
so I picked Notre Dame to win. Duke gets the axe. Let's play this game, Adam. Just you and I. Who did Robert take?
Robert took Notre Dame.
Robert took Notre Dame.
Yes, he
Yeah. Right.
Robert and I agree on a lot of things so far. If Robert does well this week, I'm going to do well this week. I did well last week, but
I did well the first 2 weeks. I don't know how I did last
I think
week.
I went 5-2, and I pushed the Ohio State game.
That's what I
'Cause
was
Ohio
the year
State won
before.
by 3.
Yep. Yep.
What was the line?
3, and I picked Notre Dame.
Yep. Doesn't matter who you pick. You still push.
Yeah, I pushed.
Yeah.
So
All right.
5-2-1's not bad.
Nope. So let's move on to the pros. We have the Lions that beat our Falcons at Green Bay. A little surprised to see Green Bay be an underdog at home to the Lions. Is it the team that lost to Seattle badly, or is it the team that beat the Falcons badly that shows up? I'm going to go ahead and go. Axe goes to Detroit because I think Green Bay is going to continually get better. I think Aaron Jones is going to be back this week. And I scored 142 points in my fantasy league without Aaron Jones. So he's my top running back. But I will give the axe to the Lions.
Putting dents in the table there, Chuck.
Okay, I'll fix it. I'll give the axe to the Lions.
Larry, do you see this abuse? Do you see the abuse?
He doesn't have to see it. It's on tape.
It's on tape. Instant replay.
So who you got, Funk?
I'm going to go Detroit. I think Detroit can cover.
No, that's...
I believe in Jared Goff. Amon-Ra will go off again. Hopefully, Ja will get it going. Have his first NFL touchdown. Got to root for my guy there. He's from Georgia. He's from Dalton.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do you think? How long is David Montgomery out for? Is he out next week too?
He's
I
out
don't
next
know.
week too,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I think he's still out.
What was the injury? Do you know?
There was an ankle or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a lower leg injury. I
Yeah.
remember that. ATI, how about you, buddy?
Jordan Love has looked really good this week. I think he's supposed to get Christian Watson back.
Yeah.
And
I think
Aaron
Victori's-
Jones back.
And Victori's coming back too.
Yes,
I think.
he's got Romeo Doubs.
Well,
Jared,
you picked him up, so I know you're taking
Yes.
Green Bay.
That's not so fast, my friend.
so.
Can he say that? That's copyrighted, isn't it?
Not so fast, my friend. Jared Goff played well last week. Sam Laporta played well last week. Aiden Hutchinson is heading up that defense. Detroit looked really good against Atlanta. But I think Jordan Love's ability to air it out over the last couple weeks has been what's been big for Green Bay. So I'm gonna pick Detroit.
You saw
No,
that.
I'll pick Green Bay. I'll pick Green Bay.
Okay, I knew you did. All right, and Robert took Green Bay too.
No, he took Detroit.
Oh,
Let's
did he
go.
really?
Oh.
I'm me and you are picking Green Bay. Okay.
Yeah, that's really wild because I thought I had Robert pegged for Green Bay. All right, Miami plus 2.5 at Buffalo.
I wonder what Robert's gonna pick.
I can go ahead and pencil it. Robert went Buffalo.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
What?
Robert's a big
He's
Buffalo
a
fan.
big Buffalo guy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you can't pick against Miami after they drop 70. It's hard to do.
ATI, how about you, buddy?
Tua Tagovailoa has.
He likes these long names.
I love the long Louis Oosthuizen.
And his little brother's doing me real well. I picked him as my double.
Tulia Tagovailoa.
Oh, the Maryland
Maryland
quarterback.
quarterback.
Yes, the
yeah.
Maryland quarterback. Miami played exceptionally well. Tyreek Hill, Devon Achane, Raheem Mostert. Obviously,
Shane had 3 touchdowns, didn't he?
yes, he had. I think he had 57 points, which
Wow.
is
That
which is
sounds
just
may-
goofy.
Maybe a little bit less. Maybe like 53. Yeah, something in
He
the
had
50s.
he had 57 points in our league. I don't know if all league. I don't know if your league is the same. but
PPR league or
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah, no, we're PPR league.
Okay, well, he had 57 points this week. I don't know that he's going to get the same amount of carries this week just because, Mostert's still there. The first week he had no carries. The second week I think he had like 2. So I'm going to pick Miami. I think Miami's just going to outclass them. Obviously, the Buffalo defense played well against Sam Howell, but this is not Sam Howell.
It is not. It is not. How about you, Mr. Funk?
I'll go Miami as well.
All right. I had a hard time coming up with what I wanted to do on this game just because I like Buffalo. Being at Buffalo, I was a little surprised to see Miami getting points. I'm going to go with Robert. Take Buffalo to win and give the axe to Miami. I just don't think they can do it 2 weeks in a row. So the axe goes to the Dolphins, and I did that on purpose.
That's crazy.
Okay. All right. So we have 2 games left, and we've got like no minutes to pick them. So let's
That's
move
fine.
quick. All right.
New England, Dallas. Dallas, next question.
All right.
New England.
ATL takes Dallas.
New England.
Are you just taking New England because I took Dallas?
New England.
I just want Dallas to lose.
All right. Who does Robert
You went with Dallas.
take? He went with
Yes.
What?
Mac Jones has not looked good this year.
Never fear, give up the funk. I'm taking Dallas too, but remember, I'm taking Dallas to
axe.
lose. The axe goes to Des Ridder, not Des Ridder. What's his name? Dak Prescott, who I've told you time and time again will never take the Cowboys to the promised land. So I think I'll take New England plus a 7 and give the axe to Dallas.
Atlanta, Jacksonville. Line is 3. Trevor Lawrence has looked good this year. They lost to Kansas City. It was a close game, though.
Very low scoring, 17 to 9, I think
Great,
it was.
Good defense there. If their defense continues playing that way, I think they can stop Bijan Robinson and force Desmond Ridder to throw the ball. I think that favors Jacksonville.
So you taking Jacks?
Yes, sir.
Give up the funk. How about you?
I'm also going to go with Jacksonville. You got Lawrence, you got Etienne, you got Kirk. You got a lot of weapons on offense.
Zay
You
Jones.
left out Evan Ingram.
Oh, yeah.
Zay Jones might be back this week.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, speaking of back, I think the Falcons are coming back, and I think they will play a better ball game. I think they'll be able to run the ball better against Jacksonville across the pond than they did up in near Lake Michigan. So I am going to go and give the axe to thank you. To the Jaguars. So I think the Falcons will bounce back and get a W and go to 2-1. So that's it. And Robert is taking.
He's going with Atlanta.
Robert's going with
How
Atlanta
did I
as
know?
well. Yeah. All right. Well, believe it or not, this is really good. Oh, and I did hear a funny joke over the weekend about your
Oh.
Boilermakers.
Oh, no.
So you know how how
no.
much toilet paper a man uses during a typical bowel movement?
No, how much?
4 sheets per do.
End the show, Larry. That's it. That's enough. Stop the
And we will
stream.
end the show with this.
End the show.
Jonathan, thanks for joining us, buddy. Go Jackets. That was a lot of fun.
Jackets. That was
ATI, that was
End
good.
the show.
Y'all guys have a great week. We'll see you
Larry,
next week
Larry,
on
it's
Three
over.
Guys
End
Who
the
Love
show.
Sports.